Okay, so this is draw term connected to 9front running in QEMU. I'm going to start or open up a new window. In this window, I will start up Acme. I'm going to right click on this commands.rc. It's got a couple of commands I've been messing with. And I posted a question to the Plan 9 subreddit. I got a nice reply from user ANTHS, and I made a note of it in my notes here. So if I select this right here and middle click, we get this command. Oh, sorry, we get this output. And right here I can see the following line in this file. So I will right click on the line and file reference. And here's the notes where I posted his reply. The question I had was, in Acme, can I programmatically get the cursor location from an Acme window? Reading through his notes, I modified it a little bit, and what I ended up with was this bit of code right here. So let's try it out. I've got this Acme window open here, looking at a text file. We need to find the window ID. So here in the tag, I can type in echo win ID, $win ID, so it's a variable. Select it with the left mouse button and middle click to execute it. Down here we see 2 was output. We didn't have to type this in the tag area. We could have put it anywhere in the window itself. So we could have put here in the text file itself win ID, echo win ID, same thing, select, middle click, and we see 2 was output there as well. And that works okay for general text notes, but if for some reason you don't want to modify the file, you can use the tag the way I did there. Okay, so we know the window ID of this window over here is 2. So let's go back to our code snippet here. And right here we can see this reference to /mnt/acme/8. That's the window ID. So I'm going to change that to 2. Now let's select the code and then middle click. Okay, this window popped up that says 8787. That's telling us the cursor position in this window. Let's try again. Let me move it to the very beginning of the file and middle click here. All right, we get 0, 0. Let's move it 1 ahead. We get 1, 1. End of the line, etc. So this is actually a really nice code snippet. When searching online, I'd seen some examples saying I needed to access the address file. But whenever I did that, the answer always came back 0, 0. If we look at ANTH's reply, it says here you have to hold ADDR open while doing that. And you can see here in the code snippet, we're redirecting from ADDR right there. That seems to accomplish that trick right there. Side note, one thing that I ran into is if we take his literal code here, I copy pasted this from Reddit, and apparently there was an issue with the quote characters copied from Reddit. So I just had to retype those in, and that fixed that issue. So going back to the code that I ended up with, you can see that everything's wrapped in these braces, and what I do immediately is change directories into /mnt/acme/2. That's the directory that corresponds to this Acme window. And so when I do that, everything else is going to happen inside that directory. So here, all of these file references, they don't have to be prefixed with any of the /mnt/acme/2. So CTL is a file in that directory, so is ADDR, so is xdata. So here on this line, you can see we're writing to the control file, then we're getting the address, we're also getting xdata, and finally, this last part here is what's helping hold open the address file. In Anthony's suggestion, he included this catx data. I wasn't sure what that was. I knew about the ADDR file, so I took out the catx data. So I have this code snippet here, which is without it. I also added an echo to make the data appear on a new line. So now if I execute this, looks like I'm still getting the coordinates. So let's just test it. Go back to the beginning. Yep, we get 0. Here we get 1. Yeah, so if anybody thinks I should leave in X data, just let me know. This window here, you can see the full path to the notes I have here. The parent directory is kind of this, I guess you could say like a project workspace I've been putting some stuff in. So if I highlight that and right click, we can go to that directory. Okay, so what I did was I moved the code snippet without the echo into a shell script right here, an RC script. Side note, the way I created this script is I did a touch and then the name of the script. So I'll do a different file real quick. So I'll do like, let's say touch ABC, some new file. And I highlight that, middle click to execute it. Then what I do is I do get and I verify the files there. Now I can right click on it, open it and edit it. So that's how I've been creating new files in Acme. If you know of a better way, let me know. I've seen some people just create a new window and then type in the path here. I think that works fine as well. So let's see, I want to remove that ABC file. So I'll do remove ABC, select it, middle click. All right, let's do get to refresh and it's gone. Okay, cool. The other thing I did was to make the script executable, I just went before the new script file and just did a chmod 755, selected it, and then did a middle click, and that's how I made this executable. All right, so I'm not gonna run that because I already did that. All right, so let's see if this script works. I'm gonna select the path here and then middle right to copy paste. Now we can put this in any tag, any window tag. So I will put it here. I'll do left, right to paste. And let me see here. Okay, I moved the cursor so we can see the full path there in the tag. Ideally, you'd put a script like this in a bin directory somewhere. That way you don't have to have this really long path in the tag, but this actually does work okay. And so that it doesn't look so awkward, I will click on the tag and hit enter, and it looks like new lines are okay in the tag. Okay, so let's place our cursor somewhere. We'll place it there. Then in the tag, I will middle click. I don't have to highlight it or anything, just anywhere in this script name. Middle click, and there we can see we're getting the updates 158. If I go back to like, let's say there, we're getting 11. I also added the script to this tag here, so if I middle click on it for this window, we can see we're getting different numbers there. Same thing if I move the cursor there, it updates. Okay, so thanks for checking out this quick experiment in Acme, and if you have any suggestions there, please comment. And special thanks to Anthony who suggested this code snippet.